guys, what's up? NihonTiger, welcome back to Panic Mode. We are doing some research. Also, we got some friends down here, if you haven't heard. Yep, there he is. Hey buddy, how you doing? Now they came through actually not from a nether portal, but from Twilight Forest. There's a nether portal that's kind of right outside the portal, so they've been falling through the Twilight Forest portal and popping out in our world. That's cool. That's cool. They can stay. I don't mind pigmen. But yes, today I wanted to get back into Thaumcraft, and in particular, I would like to show off a few things. So it'd be the Arcane stones. There we go. The little lag. That's Arcane stone bricks, which I'll have to make as well. Paving stones of the warding, which are very useful. And paving stones of travel, which are also somewhat useful, but not entirely as useful as I originally would think they would be. Also, we'll kind of start to set things up here for our runic matrix and all of our infusion stuff. So we have to make a lot of these arcane stone bricks. So let me go ahead, come on down here, and I should also mention we did some research, and we've already got under alchemy. We've already got metal purification and metal transmutation done. So what those are let me just come up here so get away from the pigmen. But transmutation basically lets you transmute iron nuggets and iron ore berry into actual. That's weird. Iron nuggets. You can make more iron nuggets out of your iron nuggets. You can also transmute it into different types of iron here. You can also go ahead and purify things, or for example, into native iron clusters with metal purification. And what those do is they double your output when you smelt these. When you smelt one of these ore clusters, you get a double ingot out of it, or you get 2 ingots out of it instead of just 1. So let me find, where is it? There's a stone. Okay, I'll probably go throw some stone here in the furnace just in case we need it. So here we go. But we're going to come on over here to our research table, grab some shards. We have lots of shards now, so we're pretty good on those. And let's take a look at, under artifice here, the arcane stone. So it's a basic building material for many complex mystical constructs. You put 8 stone and a shard here in the middle of any type, and 1 each terra and 1 ignis to get 9 arcane stone blocks. So you're actually gaining a block out of the deal. But then again, you can only really use these for Thaumcraft constructs and for decoration. So let's go ahead. We'll make 2 stacks. So it's 18. Now there's a couple of constructs that we can make using the arcane stone bricks right off the bat, and those would be the arcane stone blocks. And we can make arcane stone bricks, which we'll use for our infusion altar and other various bricks. So for example, the paving stone of the warding and the paving stone of travel require arcane stone bricks. But we can go ahead and make the runic matrix, the arcane pedestals, which we'll need a couple of those. And this is actually what we'll use for our mystical construct. So what we need is 1 arcane pedestal in the middle, 4 arcane stone blocks, and 4 arcane stone bricks, as well as our runic matrix. So let's go ahead and start off by setting up a runic matrix. Now this is kind of the thing in the middle that makes the whole thing go. I don't have enough, do I? Insufficient V. Yeah, okay. So maybe I'll skip on that for now. But that's how we would make it if we want to make it. So let's just try and make some good old arcane stone bricks to start with. Make 12 of them. And then we'll keep 4 here for our future. Put here. Keep those around for our future infusion altar. So we'll make some more of these as well. Put our wand in here. Boop, boop. We're good to go. Okay. So, have to make, as well as those stone bricks and the regular, the runic matrix and the regular stone blocks, we also need to make a couple of arcane pedestals. And we'll probably want to make about, let's say, 9 of these to start with. Because we'll need one for the middle of the infusion altar, and we'll need an additional bunch to go and hold things for the runic altar, the infusion altar to kind of do its thing. So let's say 4 of these as well, just for future use. We'll also go ahead and make a little bit more bricks, so we can go ahead and actually make the last of our. Oh, do I have insufficient V for that? Oh, I have tapped myself out on V. That's no good. Should probably try and find an air node then. So this is not going to be a node that we want. Maybe it's over here. Maybe this one over here. There's a bright node over here. And getting around and actually traveling at different nodes is also something that we're gonna discuss today, because we have a fancy little thing we can use to. Oh, no! Gimme! Ow! Okay. So I'm gonna try and go find someplace safer that has a node we can use, and I'll be right back, because I think it's not going to be safe for me to do this out here in the middle of the scary dark. Oh, I'm taking hits. Uh-oh. Okay, so we got ourselves a little bit of a problem here. We have a need, which is the need to... oh goodness, he's over there, isn't he? Great. Go away. But we have a need to be able to get to our nodes safely and efficiently, yet they're all over the place. How do we get from one node to another to get all of our V that we need for constructing all of these blocks? So there is a solution to that. It's called a warp book. So this here is part of the warp book mod, and what it basically does is it acts as a way to teleport around to different waypoints. So I have a couple different waypoints up here which we can set using warp pages. But let's do first things first. Let's actually make a warp book. So to do that, what we need is a book and an ender pearl and shapeless crafting like so. We'll get you the warp book. Now we can probably, I haven't tested this out yet. I wonder if we can name our warp book. Yes, we can name it for an enchantment cost of 5. So I'm going to go downstairs and get some levels. There we go. So let's call this, I got an idea. Let's call this, oh, that's armor stand. Let's call this book, which is an empty book, call it the Nodex. There we go. Alright, awesome. So we have the Nodex with us. This is what we'll use to place all of our pages in. Now I know pages in this book, shift right click to add bound pages. So if we want to open the interface, we shift right click and we have an interface here to we'll have all of our pages in it when we want to store them. So you can hold up to 54 pages inside of a warp book. So you have 54 different waypoints you can pick from. So let's go out into the world. Do I have my bread with me? Yep. Let's go out into the world, and we're going to go find a node that we want to use and have a node point for. So let's start off actually by going over here to this bright node. There's a bright node right over here. There's an Enderman who's been there. So put that sand in a tree. But we've got a bright node that's right over here. That's going to be great for us to draw from. So you can draw directly from there. You can see it's got lots of 3 basic elements: ignis, peridotio, and aqua. So let's say I want to use this spot right here as where I warp in. That's fine. All we have to do is take a sheet of paper and ender pearl, and that makes an unbound warp page. So there we go. So to make it bound, I think all we have to do is right click on it, and you'll see it turns purple. Enter a waypoint name. So let's call this beach node. I think, okay. You can put more letters in there than 10. I was watching Packrat play around with this the other day in his agrarian skies, and he was having trouble getting it past 10. I guess that must just be the way that Jada Cat has it set up. So when we're all set with our name, beach node, aqua, ignis, peridotio. There we go. So we have a bound warp page. Now obviously all we have to do is take the nodex, shift right click to open it, and just put it in here as our first little page. And you can see it says bound to, and then the coordinates for where our warp is in dimension 0, which is the overworld. So now if I come to nodex and I right click on it, it'll be the first one here, and I can right click and it'll take me right to the spot that I indicated on the warp node page. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? And we can actually do this over longer distances too. So let's actually, while I'm thinking about it, I probably want to have a page here. So let's make a stack of pages. There we go. So pages actually don't stack. I should mention that. They're individual pages. You can't have like a stack of pages in your inventory. You have to have space for all of them. But I want to have this warp page actually take me inside back to my Thaumcraft stuff. Or my Thaumcraft stuff. My Thaumcraft stuff. Same difference, right? So let's go right here. Actually, let's go right here. And right click on it. Call this Thaum base alpha. Alright, so Thaum base alpha can go here. And let's say I want to move this now. I can move it to the second slot, set Thaum base alpha to the first slot. And then when I right click on it, Thaum base alpha is in slot 1 and the beach node is in slot 2. So I can click, it takes me out to the beach node. And it takes me back to Thaum base alpha. So there we go. Very simple, very easy to do. And before anyone yells at me, I'm eating. Stop yelling at me. Alright, so let's go out into the great world that exists out there. And we have a boat. Did I break the boat? I might have broken the boat when it came in last time. Because I don't have a boat on me, so we're going to have to make a boat real quick. And then we can, oh no, actually, let's go over here. There's a couple of nodes over here I want to explore, so we'll do that real quick. And hopefully we can find a node that has some air in it on our journeys. That would be very helpful, because that's what we need a lot of right now. As well as perhaps some ordo. We need a lot of ordo to get the runic matrix made. So let's first off go over here to our scary node that has, this has air in it, okay. So you can draw from that. Oh, I overdrew, I think, because I had shift. Whoopsie, that might not be good. But we can, I don't think we need just a page for that node since it's so close anyways. This would be more for nodes that are kind of further out and harder to get to. So let's see. Need some more food. Hunger in this mod pack is evil because of 1.7.2 and the saturation changes, and It's just bad. It's just really bad. Is there food in here? Okay, there's some steak. I will borrow the steak. Let's go find some nodes. I'll tell you what, I'll come back when we have a node that's worth marking in our nodex. Hey, look what I found. I don't know if you can see that right there, but there is a aura node that has 86 aura in it for air. That is very, very good. So we want to go ahead, let's go ahead and mark this as the big air node. It's starting to turn nighttime. Go ahead and shift click. We'll put this right here. And let's draw from it. Make sure we don't shift so we don't deplete it. There we go. I think we're all set now on aspects, unless we find an ordo node somewhere around here that's got some ordo we can pilfer. That might also be really important for us to go ahead and mark in our nodex. Workbook, really, but I'm calling it the nodex. That's RC's place over there. She's living in that big tree over there. But let's see. Ooh, this might be one. This is promising. Ah, that is a very cool looking node. Ooh, I got some extra points for Ordo and Sano and Victus and Air. Huh. Oh, this is a pure node. I didn't get to show one of these off last time. Oh, this is awesome. I don't know what this is doing out here and not forming a magical forest around it, because magical forest should be forming around these pure nodes. But this is a pure node. I didn't get to show this off in the node episode. I couldn't find a pure node. But this is what they look like. I was wondering why it looked so fancy, and yeah, I should have known that this was a pure node just by the animation there. Yeah, these things are really bright, and they're awesome nodes to have around. So we'll want to keep an eye. You know what, let's go ahead and mark this one as well. Let's see. Pure node number 1. Probably find some more. Just wandering around. I'll put that in the workbook. Okay, so I think with that discovery and the big air node that we found, I think we're all set on air for now. I know it's obviously full on our wand, but if we need more, we know where to go. So let's go ahead and use the nope. That is a weird noise that makes every once in a while. It's got to be one of the mods making a noise or a block or something. But we have enough now so that we can actually make the last set of pedestals. Throw those in our super awesome cage, chest, whatever. Cage. What am I thinking? So let me see what I want to do next. So we do have enough for the runic matrix. Yeah, we'll save that for later when we're actually going to start to make our infusion altar. Then we'll make the runic matrix. We don't need it quite yet. So let's see, what can we make? Well, we can make paving stone of travel, as well as the paving stone of warding today. So let's go ahead and do that. You can see that we need 4 arcane stone bricks for each type of these paving stones, as well as 2 specific shards. In this case, we need fire shard and order shard for paving stone of warding. And for travel, we need air and earth. So let's go ahead and grab what we need out of our inventory. So 1 of each. We'll also need these 8 bad boys right here. These arcane stone bricks can go just in storage here. We don't need them right now. But need to eat. Get hungry. Also, we can probably put all of these extra node pages, extra warp pages. They're not node pages. I'm calling them node pages because I'm thinking nodex instead of thinking warp book. That's what I wanted to call it. I've been wanting to call it that for so long now. But let's go ahead and take our arcane stone bricks. We'll line 2 up on each side. Start off with the earth shard and the air shard to make the paving stones of travel. And then we need order and fire to make the paving stones of warding. So each of these does a different type of thing. And we'll come outside and I'll show you how they work. So the paving stone of warding works pretty simple. Take that door, but we're going to go ahead and put down 4 of these right here. And you can see they have a little bit of an effect. I've also taken off the door, and there's a reason behind that, which I will show you in a minute. You see they have a little effect which indicates that they're working or active. But let's go ahead and find ourselves a mob. Preferably not a skeleton because those guys have reach. The zombie would be best. Spider could also work, but really anything that's not going to kill us by blowing up or by shooting us to death would be good at this point. So, aha, zombie, okay. Let's go ahead. Oh, okay, he's coming for us. Good. We want to very slowly walk this way and lure our friend over to our front door, which we don't have a front door anymore. Oh no. So normally, in this situation, you'd be freaking out because the zombie would be coming straight for you and there's nothing you can do. But... oh, come here. Hi. Come here. Come here. Come on. Alright, let's go. So we're gonna go back this way. Have him chase us a little bit, maybe? He's a little derpy. So I'm gonna stand right here. And you notice he's not able to cross those blocks. So the paving stone of warding will keep out unwanted mobs, but they won't keep him off the roof. That's the problem. But see? In fact, not only did it keep him off those blocks, it kept him above the blocks, which kind of gives away how it works. Basically puts a force field around here that mobs cannot kind of come across or climb on top of, really. So he's going to try and come here. That's going to say nope. And then he's going to go up on the roof. Again, I try to dive bomb me. Nope. Okay, so he's not going to do anything now. But we have our paving stones of warding out, so that's not going to be a problem anymore. So we shouldn't have any issues with mobs trying to beat down our front door anymore. But we might have issues with creepers and skeletons just kind of waiting here on the perimeter, just waiting for us to come outside so they can shoot us or blow up. So the best idea when you have these paving stones of warding is to kind of give yourself a bigger buffer than maybe just 1 or 2 blocks. You might want to go ahead and give yourself, say, how are my options? My video settings? It always changes my brightness to moody, and I don't like that. But he's just having a good time trying to get to me, isn't he? Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Zombie Man, but I'm gonna go to sleep. You're gonna burn. Oh, by the way, there's a glitch with Hydraulicraft constantly saying that it's up to date in the mod pack right now, so you'll see that message pop up a lot. But for a normal kind of barrier with the paving stones of warding, you may want to have a larger circle of them, or a half circle, semicircle, whatever you want to say, that kind of extends out maybe 2 or 3 blocks from your front door, just to make sure that they can't get to you. And you also want to make sure that they can't climb up on the roof and get around the paving stones by, say, oh, I don't know, dropping down on you. That's always important. So that leaves us with the paving stone of travel, which is as you might have guessed, quick way to move about on the map. Usually people make these and use them as a way to kind of travel quickly on foot between 2 or more places. And you might make a whole road out of them if you're going to do it that way, because they have a limited effect that they give you a speed boost. That's kind of how they work. So, just to give you an example, I'm going to run at normal speed. You can see that's what normal speed looks like for me. Now I'm going to try and walk across these blocks. And you can see I got a quick boost. So, if I go in inventory, I do have speed boost, speed 2, and jump boost are the boost it gives you by walking across these. And it only works if you're walking across the blocks, or it's not like if you're walking across them, but you know, if you walk across them, you have a very, very short period of time, maybe a second of extra boost once you leave the blocks. So if you make a whole road of them, you can always be traveling at speed 2 and with jump boost. So there you go. There you go. So what if I run? If I run, obviously I'm just running at speed 2 speeds. And if I walk, I'm walking at speed 2 speeds. So that's really paving stones of travel. That's what they really do, is kind of let you fast travel if you want to, using just blocks. Now the only caveat is they're obviously a little bit pricey to manufacture, so you may not want to use them, like just make the whole road paved out of them. What you may want to do is, if you say have 2 wide areas every couple of blocks that just has 2 of these paving stones to travel, so you just keep hitting them constantly. I'll show you real quick here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So let's say I'm gonna do this, and then maybe here I'll do this one, and here I'll do this one. So the idea here is I'm constantly hitting these paving stones and activating the speed bonus that comes with them. So that's kind of the problem. If you don't time it just right, it doesn't work. The speed doesn't quite carry over all the way. So I obviously don't have these spaced properly, but it is possible, I think, if I remember correctly, to have it set up where you can have a continuous boost from one end of a road to the other using just the paving stones of travel. And if not, well, they're good for short distances that might otherwise take a little bit of time. So we're going to go ahead and set up an essentia distillation system in the next couple of episodes, and that requires a few blocks. We'll not finish it today, but we'll get a head start on it. So what we'll need are really some Arcane alembics, a alchemical furnace, alchemical constructs, for what's the word using? Thaumatorium, that's right. We also need a crucible for that, and 2 of these alchemical constructs. I can't remember what they called it there for a second, because I just came up with that. This is a new construct here, this automated alchemy stuff, and the Thaumatorium. Totally new stuff. I haven't really played around with it too much yet, but we'll be doing that next time. So really what we need here is a crucible, a furnace, and some of these arcane stone blocks, which is why we made the arcane stone blocks today. So let's go ahead and take the 7 that we have, and don't worry, we can always make more. It's really easy to make them. Let's also go ahead and grab some iron ingots to make a cauldron, which we'll then use to make a crucible. So let's see, where's my iron? There it is. There we go. We'll make a furnace as well. Hot topic. Hey, I got an achievement. So, if you want to know how to make a crucible, you just come over here, right tap on it. Jeez, if I could say that instead of saying right tip on it. But now that we've done that, all we have to do is break it, come over here to our Arcane work table. Put that one on top, the furnace in the middle, and then surround the rest of it with our Arcane stones. And then we just take our wand, put it up here. We have enough V to pay the cost to make the alchemical furnace. Very cool, very simple. And this is what we'll use as kind of our base to essentially distill down various items from around the world into their basic essentia, which we can then put into files and jars and all kinds of fun stuff and store it for later use. We'll need it anyways for when we get to the infusion altar, because the infusion altar recipes, so for example, let's take a look at the Silverwood Wand Core. You'll notice they have these aspect costs. These are not from the wand, because you can't get Precantatio in your wand. These are actually distilled essentia that we have to go ahead and place in their jars, in jar form really, around the infusion altar so we can feed it. So we'll get to show that off next time. It's pretty, maybe not next time, but in a future episode we'll get to show that off. It's really pretty cool to see the effects that Azador has put together for that. I'm going to go ahead and actually make another crucible here, because I know we're going to need one for when we make the Thauma thingy, as I like to call it. I'm going to call it that from now on, the Thauma thingy, because I don't know what the heck they're calling it. The nope, alchemy, whatever the heck they're making. The Thaumatorium. Okay, I remember it. It's like cafeterium. So once again, right tap. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Got yourself a crucible, and now you can make stuff if you want to. But remember, use night door so you don't burn your house down. So I can put my alchemical furnace in here as well, and I think we will end this episode here, just with a little bit of research done today, a little bit of show and tell, just getting started here on the essential distillation stuff. Next time we're gonna make the V filters and the arcane alembics. And then we might hold off a little bit on the alchemical constructs, even though it wouldn't be too hard to make them. But we will make the essentia tubes, which are also something that I researched. And I'll show you how to make a warded jar, as well as a void jar that you can actually use to get rid of essentia that you don't want that might be in your alembic. There's another way you can do that too, but void jars do have a purpose. So I will try to figure out exactly what that purpose is, and I will see you guys next time here on Panic Mode. So happy thaumaturging, and don't blow yourself up.